In the United States, a dramatic jump in the number of pregnant women infected with the Zika virus. The CDC now saying that it's monitoring nearly 300 pregnant women and babies for complications, 157 of them right here in the continental United States.
Yeah, these new numbers coming as the agency that monitors pregnant women exposed to the virus presents them. The Fox Medical team's Beth Galvin is here now with more on the jump in cases and what exactly this means.
Well, Cindy and Tom, the CDC says that protecting pregnant women is really their primary focus now of their Zika response plan. And that's why the agency is stepping up its monitoring of these women, tracking not just pregnant women with lab-confirmed Zika who have symptoms, but women who have no symptoms who also may be at risk. At CDC headquarters in Atlanta, hundreds of staffers inside the agency's Zika Response Plan Emergency Operations Center are tracking an outbreak that seems to be one step ahead of everyone. Dr. DENISE JAMIESON is the co-lead of the CDC's Zika Pregnancy and Birth Defects team.
I've been at the CDC nearly 20 years, and I've never been involved with something that evolved so quickly. We're literally learning more about this every day.
And overnight, the number of infected pregnant women being monitored tripled here in the U.S. and doubled in Puerto Rico and the U.S. territories to a total of 279 women. But Dr. Jamieson says much of that jump is because the CDC is widening its net, tracking not just women with obvious symptoms, but those with no symptoms who can also have pregnancy complications. But there's a lot they don't know.
And we don't know how often pregnant women get infected with Zika. We don't know how often when they get infected, their babies are affected. We know Zika is associated with microcephaly and other brain abnormalities, but we don't know if what other problems these babies may have.
Zika virus is primarily spread by infected mosquitoes, but never before has one virus caused such severe birth defects and pregnancy complications. And with summer and mosquito season coming, Dr. Jamieson is urging Americans to avoid getting bitten.
There are a whole lot of really good reasons to avoid mosquito bites, whether you're pregnant or not, and particularly now in pregnancy, there are good reasons to avoid mosquito bites.
And there are no cases of the Zika virus being spread by mosquitoes here in the United States. All of the cases have been imported so far, but many of the 279 pregnant women who were infected are still pregnant, so it's not really clear how or if they will be affected by their infections,
Right.
Tom and Sinead. So you can see there's just a lot of unknowns.
So how closely are these women being monitored as they move forward with their pregnancies?
That's a good question. You know, they're asking doctors to really keep tabs on these women, to try to do an ultrasound on their babies every 3 to 4 weeks, which is quite, accelerated compared to what most women get. So really tracking them and then tracking them after the birth to see if the baby has any complications post-birth.
And I read today where, because it's the same species of mosquito here in the southeast as it is down in South and Central America, officials are even more worried about
absolutely that we could start seeing local transmission. Yes, absolutely.
Wear that repellent.
Yeah,
Yes.
lots to think about.
Yeah. Thanks, Beth.
Thanks.